Peace. Lord Supreme here. Just sitting here waiting for this light to change. So what I want to build with you today is, build with you on today is knowledge born. All right, now I'm gonna give it to you guys in this form and fashion because of the mere fact that I think a lot of times when brothers hear other brothers building about knowledge born, there got to be some philosophical deep meaning. No, it's basically saying, hey, warning before destruction, pride before the fall. So why am I mentioning all of these phrases? Well, it's pretty easy to know. It's pretty easy to understand. When we're talking about today's supreme mathematics, which is knowledge born, that means that what's been presented to you and revealed to you, it's now up to you to make the decision on what you're going to do with it and how you're going to use it properly. So, how can I make this a real life example? Okay, I'll give you one. Let's just say, for instance, you went to the doctors and the doctors told you, you're on the line, you're on the borderline of being a pre-diabetic. Cut back on the sugars, don't drink too much coffee, and cut out a lot of the fats and the sugars that you eat that's within your food. Okay, like lower your sugar count, because you could be on the borderline, you could be on the line of being a diabetic. Now, all of this information and all this knowledge has been given to you and being made known. And the way that it was made known in stages. Let me give you what I mean. First, they told you that you're a borderline pre-diabetic. That's one. Number two, what's the next thing? What you got to cut out of your diet? Fats, sugars, candy, coffee, anything that has a stimulant that is not about enhancing your life, but can possibly deteriorate it. And when I say possibly, I only say that on the verge of the choice is up to you, whether you want to see it happen or you don't want to see it happen. That's all on you. Now, your doctor, once again, told you all of these things that can put you in the line of being a diabetic. And possibly, if he didn't mention it to you, you could possibly have gangrene, get an infection, or probably have one of your parts amputated due to this diabetes. Now, diabetes that's not nothing to play with. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that shit could put you in a sugar shock, and it could drop your sugar count very, very low, and you can be very faint and unconscious for a long time. So you got to be careful with that shit, and you don't want your sugar to spike either. So now that we're talking about knowledge born, what's the next step? Okay, the next step is taking the knowledge, making it known by taking action. How do you make something known? You got to take action for it. Why? Because at the end of the day, how is somebody going to give you advice if you're not taking that sound advice and using it the right way? Meaning, if your doctor tell you cut back on the sugars and fats and salts and sweets, cut back on the sugar, fats, salts, and sweets. But just know it's not for his saying, it's for you. Why? Because once again, he's only trying to protect your health and have you live longer. Now, with all that being said, all that jibber jabber, you decide to say, okay, thank you, doctor. I really appreciate your advice on what you're doing and how you're helping me understand how to maintain my sugar count or maintain my insulin intake or my sugar intake. So you give them all this praise and all that. You tell them thank you so much. You go come out the doctors, and you go right back to the regular scheduled programming. like he never said nothing to you in the beginning in the first place. So what happens? Here's the pride. The pride is, shit, I'm gonna eat what I want, because at the end of the day, I ain't harming nobody. I'm only eating a little bit of sugar, minimizing it, justifying it, finding rational reasons on why you're eating what you're eating, and not taking the initiative to be a person saying, you know what, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut back on eating these chips. I think I'm gonna cut back on eating ice cream, because ice cream really does spike my sugar count very, very high, and it's sweet. Instead of you saying that, you let your pride do all the talking and all the walking. And then you got your pride speaking for you, which essentially leads you to fall victim. To fall victim to your own vices. To fall victim and envision your own demise when a person is just basically trying to help you and give you sound advice to save yourself. Now, overall, you done took the advice, didn't use it, and then it all came back to who? You. Because you laid the tone. You set the tone, and you blazed the trail. In other words, you set that whole situation up for yourself to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to understand is that when people are telling you certain things to help save your life, help you in a way where it can be conducive to your growth and development, and you don't take that advice and use it properly, you're only envisioning your own demise. That's all you're doing. Envisioning your own demise. And to me, I don't even have to go into today's degree, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go into it just cause. It says, if a civilized person does not perform his duty, what must be done? If a civilized person does not perform his duty, which is teach civilization to others, he shall be punished with a severe punishment. Ezekiel 3:18, St. Luke 12:47. Ezekiel 3:18 says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou not give him warning, nor speaketh to warn him, that man shall surely die, but his blood I will require at thy hand. And then the 12:47 says, and the servant who knew his master will, and did not act according to his master will, shall be beaten with many stripes. So these are indications telling you personally, hey man, don't do that. That's not what you want. This is not what you want, my man. And they're telling you this. Why wouldn't you take the advice and just go ahead with it? Because a lot of people still got pride issues. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what I wanted to build with you on today's Supreme Mathematics and today's degree on. Keep it simple, teach it real. Peace.